feed the birds, and then Didi's out there trying to hunt them. And she actually managed to catch one once. All right, so let me get back to track. All right, so, every time people feel they want to take a swipe at me, they go Miguna Miguna, or they share a clip, a doctored clip by Sonko. So let's deal with Miguna Miguna first. All right, so we were both running for governor. I knew him from ODM days. Very narcissistic, very entitled, very obnoxious, but Kenyans seem to love him and think that, wow, this guy is good. The only thing I remember about him is, I'm not boarding, until Kenyans, of course, come online and try and remind me of the Jeff Koinange interview, all right, which got Jeff fired from KTN. All right, Jeff has since apologized, and Miguna, I think my lawyer, Gitobu Manyara, has been handling him for defamation. All right, he said, I went to Seychelles with Baba on a sex holiday. Honestly, Baba, I'm so sorry that he had such disrespect for you. I've never been to Seychelles, by the way. I've got 2 of my nieces working there, and I hope to go there, and that's where my daughter went for honeymoon. I've never been. So there was no sex holiday with Baba, and it's really, really bad for him to even imply that, all right? And it's in bad taste. He really went below the belt. He really went low. And funny enough, recently, Senator Mungatana came across the clip, and a section of the clip or something. And he actually called me and sent me the forward and said, I think you should reconsider running for governor again. It's not in my psyche. It's not what I want. I don't know. I think there's just too much madness in there. I need my peace as I age. I need my peace so I can be there for my mom. And when I can't do a job 100%, I don't want to do it. Okay? And when it comes to Sonko, I mean, wow. Okay, so, I actually had to call my PA, Bush, and say, Bush, can you tell me, when did I ever stay at the Intercontinental? Because I'm saying I'm already at the Intercontinental. I've checked in the clip. And he goes, oh, when you joined Parliament took you all on your induction at the Intercon. Okay, I was new parliamentarian, and I was like, really? We stayed at the Intercon for the induction? And he goes, yeah, you all were booked in there for the induction. So I said, oh, wow. So that means he must have called me to ask me if I've checked into the Intercontinental or if I'm attending the Parliament induction, because there was a bit of whether you're going to attend or not attend. And I must have said, actually, I'm attending. I've already checked in. So he cuts that. And then there's a time he released some bodies for me at Chiromo and gave the transport. And I was so happy. So I said, thank you, Governor. I love everything that you do for the people of Nairobi. And I think he cuts that as well. And for me, I'm half Muzungu, okay? Actually, I'm 3/4 Muzungu and quarter Kenyan. And my Muzungu-ness, I love you. Even my husband sometimes tells me, Esther, stop calling everyone darling. Because, Africans don't get it. Africans think when you call them darling, that it's a lot more than just a term of endearment. And I say, darling, don't call me darling. He doesn't like being called darling since everyone's my darling. All right, so, so it's a bit complicated. But anyway, so listen, I don't know why Kenyans out there, some of you feel the need to always take a swipe at a woman. That means you really are low, because a man should protect a woman. A man should not attack women. And it always has to go below the belt, it always has to be sexual. It always has to be, it's really sad that it goes there. And it says a lot about your upbringing. It says a lot about how you treat your wife or your girlfriend or your sister, or how you look at your daughter in the future. We're 2 sexes in this world, all right? And I think we need to respect each other. And I find it so awkward when when a man has so many women, he's celebrated as being wow. But when a woman is perceived to have had so many men, it's like gutter. All right. So I think this is really sad. And what was even sadder this week was to see a woman try and liken me to a prostitute because I said I love Ruto. Well, you know what? The president has a lot of characteristics that I like. And I know right now we don't feel that this country is going in the right direction. There's just so much wrong and there's so much suffering and there's so much trying to make ends meet. But you know, that, okay, I won't say that man because that would be disrespectful. Our president wakes up every day, very early in the morning to serve us. And he goes to sleep very late at night. I'm sure Mama Rachel is not even getting to see her husband because of how much he's so committed to our country. And he's trying to do the best, not just for Kenya, but for Africa. And you got to give him that. And I love the fact that him and Baba are working together. It takes a lot to get to that space. And I would really love to see him really work well with his deputy, President Gachagua. I think it's important. You know, he doesn't want the generational curse of what happened with Uhuru and him to happen with him and Gachagua. So it's my prayer, Mr. President, if you can ever get to hear this, that you really work well with your deputy president because he's a good man and he means well. All right? And you didn't like what happened when Uhuru did it to you? So please be nice and don't let people create stories around your relationship with your deputy, you know, and don't let these young, ambitious Kikuyus try and unsit him. This Kikuyu division is crazy. Lemuru 3 is going nowhere, all right, because we don't want tribal Kenya. Amen? My time's up. Have a lovely day. I'm staying home, so you'll be hearing a lot from me today.